Welcome back to Identity Stack. This is Dr. Sarah Austin, technical writer at KeyData Cyber. This time, I'm thrilled to be joined by Anuj Marya, director at KeyData Cyber, to talk about how modern CIAM creates a user experience that is seamless and secure. Thank you so much for joining me, Anuj.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Sarah.
Let's start with the basics. Can you tell me what CIAM is and how it differs from traditional IAM?
Yeah, for sure. So CIAM stands for Customer Identity and Access Management. And it's a platform that is used primarily by external users. So for example, customers or partners to access public-facing applications and services, whereas a traditional IAM is used primarily by internal users like employees or contractors to access internal applications and services. The goal and focus of a CIAM platform also differs when you compare it to a traditional IAM. So being that CIAM is used by external users, the main purpose is to drive business growth and increase customer engagement. User experience is the highest priority, so it is critical to ensure that users can seamlessly interface with CIAM through various touch points, whether it's registration, login, any kind of self-service tasks. Any friction or frustration in these journeys would deter them on moving forward. From a security standpoint, fraud prevention is very important for CIAM due to the increased risk of account takeover threats and bot attacks, since everything is public facing. From a compliance perspective, protecting PII data and ensuring high level of consent management is required to align with regulatory standards. And lastly, data analytics and seamless integration with sales or CRM systems is very important, as it helps build a 360-degree view of a user profile and gives more insight in creating tailored experiences for customers. Now compare that to a traditional IAM system that is geared towards internal users and has the main purpose of ensuring strict security in protecting access to internal applications. Access is typically governed through roles or groups, and emphasis is to ensure the principle of least privilege is followed. User experience is not as important, and compliance is typically governed by internal policies.
So what are some of the common challenges you see organizations face when they try to manage their customer identities without a dedicated CIAM solution?
Oh, wow. Okay, so without a centralized CIAM solution, organizations are consistently struggling to form that can provide streamlined experiences and one that can scale to meet industry best practices. They experience ongoing issues that can be categorized as follows. First and foremost, data fragmentation. Having multiple data repositories with each containing slivers of user data results in having inaccurate information and duplicated accounts. Weak security. The inability to offer modern protocols, for example, SAML or OpenID Connect, and keeping weak authentication methods, like using username and password or security questions, are insecure. This also has a lack of real-time threat detection. From a compliance perspective, it becomes challenging to align with privacy regulations like GDPR or PIPEDA, having proper audit logs or requirements, and having a more mature consent management to ensure that users are in control of their data at all times. And lastly, an inferior user experience. When you have multiple systems, you're typically going to have lengthy registration processes or forms, different login experiences. You can have insecure methods to do account recoveries. All of that results in a poor user experience. It's being able to provide a seamless experience while balancing security, so users are not frustrated during any interactions with the CIAM platform. That includes registration, login, self-service, account updates, or account recoveries. Let's talk about registration first. Do not demand a lot of information upfront for account registrations. Only collect minimal details that is necessary to create that initial account. If it makes sense, allow users to use their social media accounts, for example, Google, Apple, or Facebook, so they don't have to remember yet another password. From a login perspective, introduce passwordless capabilities where it makes sense. So explore capabilities like biometrics, FIDO2, which is using your mobile authentication, such as Touch ID, Face ID, email-based OTPs or magic links. So again, so that users don't have to have another password. Ensure single sign-on is enabled for accessing all protected services. Introduce stronger security controls through risk-based MFA solutions approaches so that they don't hinder the login process but still protect fraudulent scenarios. Now let me answer why it's important. Providing a seamless experience improves customer satisfaction and reduces frustration, resulting in lower abandonment rates. Improved data analytics. So better experience will generally make it more easy to collect relevant data to provide tailored experiences. And stronger security through risk-based or adaptive MFA approaches helps protect sensitive transactions with little impact to user experience.
As a CIAM expert, what are some emerging CIAM trends you're seeing?
Yeah, so the CIAM industry is constantly evolving now more than ever with advancements in AI that not only provide strong tooling to improve the products, but also enables bad actors to enhance their AI-powered phishing attacks. Some key emerging trends that we should be aware of include passwordless authentication. And I talked about this before. With the rise of credential leaks resulting in financial losses, brand reputation impacts, this is probably the biggest trend in moving away from traditional passwords and enabling features like biometrics or using social logins. Gen AI. Advancements in AI coupled with data analytics have helped it build stronger fraud engines to better detect abnormal behavior and protect against account takeover threats. And lastly, zero trust. Move to better protect the user data and transactions at every touch point is becoming more critical, especially where financial activities are happening. For example, e-commerce, you're buying something on a website, insurance, loyalty point redemptions, etc. When it comes to security, advanced methods are now being used by bad actors, which must be better mitigated. So some risks that we should also be aware of include social engineering attacks, again, using Gen AI to create phishing emails, deepfakes. These have become more sophisticated and becoming more and more common. And they all have the same goal of account takeovers and getting access to sensitive information. Poorly secured APIs that are used by CIAM solutions are leading to data exposure and DOS or denial of service attacks. And lastly, misconfiguration of having even these adaptive MFA or risk-based MFA solutions can result in bad actors getting in.
So when evaluating CIAM solutions, what are the key criteria that you would recommend that IT security leaders consider from both a security and user experience perspective?
Yeah, that's a good question. The CIAM market has grown significantly over the past 5 years. And while most of the products offer similar capabilities, they also offer differentiating features that set them apart. For example, some products might have a strong fraud solution, while others might provide a more flexible or tailored user journey orchestration platform. At a high level, when evaluating vendors, the following key criteria from a security and user experience perspective should be considered. So from a security perspective, it is critical to ensure the product offers a wide range of security methods, such as SMS, voice, email, one-time PINs, authenticator applications, biometrics, and push notifications. It should also offer other passwordless authentication options, such as FIDO2, WebAuthn, Passkey. So this is where you're using your mobile device to do Face ID or Touch ID. Social login integrations, such as Google, Apple, or Microsoft, so then you're not setting another account. Flexible adaptive MFA solutions, by being able to do additional step-up challenge for the user when certain scenarios arise. So things like when they're logging in from a new device or new IP, or maybe their behavior patterns have changed. They're logging in at 2 a.m. when they normally don't log in at that time. As well, there's more and more push to ensure that you can protect sensitive transactions. So anytime somebody's logged into the platform and they're doing an activity, whether it's purchasing a product or maybe changing their insurance policy, you should have an MFA solution that can detect that and challenge them accordingly. Alignment with data residency requirements, audit reporting, and privacy regulations on where the data is stored securely, that the system can provide high levels of audit logging, and necessary protections are in place to protect the PII data. Support for fraud prevention through mechanisms such as bot detection or breach password detection, identity verification, and seamless integration with other fraud systems. From a UX or user experience perspective, the product should provide foremost flexible user journeys that can be tailored based on whether it's user types, applications that are being accessed, maybe you have some secure adaptive MFA needs or privacy requirements, but we should be able to have journeys that can be changed, modified as we see fit. So with identity verification, this is where you can have additional scenarios where you want to validate who they are. So solutions have become a lot more mature that offer this capability. Seamless registration and login experiences by providing the ability to customize forms, branding, social login integration. It's very, very important because although solutions today will provide a basic experience, requirements might be different based on which applications they're accessing. So you maybe want to be able to tailor that experience accordingly. Progressive profiling is very important. And it's the concept of collecting information as and when user becomes more active with the service. So you don't want to try to ask for everything up front in a registration form, collect the bare minimum, and as they're interacting more with the service and you get a view into what they're doing, you collect additional information. And users would tend to provide that information when they see it. Offering self-service capabilities through a portal or even through some sort of an API integration, which allows users to update their data more securely, personal data, change passwords, updating MFA settings, and any kinds of account-related activities. Giving them the ability to do that provides another place where users are now not reliant on the service to help. They can do a lot of these tasks themselves. And lastly, an omni-channel experience. So it doesn't matter where the users are coming from, whether they're coming in from a mobile device, whether they're coming in on their laptop, they should have the same experience. All the touch points should be same so that they are able to complete the same tasks or do the same activities.
That's great. Anuj, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insights with us today. It's been incredibly valuable. And to our listeners, if your organization is looking for ways to secure customer data with a frictionless CIAM program, be sure to visit us at keydatacyber.com, where you can schedule a complimentary workshop to assess your security needs and receive a roadmap to a secure, scalable IAM strategy for your organization.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Thanks for having me.